Hey guys, and welcome to another trading analytics video. I'm Trade Runner, and boy, oh boy, did we have one heck of a week on SPY. I mean, just look at it here. Look at the daily chart. What a movement. But the overall trend line has been the same. We have been in a consistent downtrend since earlier this week. As stated in our last video, that downtrend was likely to continue. And exactly as we outlined, we'll take a look at the daily chart here in a minute. But we have not broken our trend, even though we've had some upswings in the interim periods. Now, zooming out a little bit, you actually see that we actually bounced off of the area I outlined in our previous video, which will be linked in the description, and you can probably see the tag up here somewhere in the right corner here. But we got our bounce off of the 420 to 421 level as stated before, and we saw a little bit of a retrace up towards the gap fill zone of 432. Now, what happened when we hit 432? We actually rejected right off the top of this double top range here, and we continued our downtrend, I'm saying, versus started our downtrend. We continued our downtrend, and now we're consolidating right around the mid 420 range, which, as I stated previously, again, we are likely to hover around that area and go even further down below to our target area on the daily, which we'll show you right now. So that's just the 1 minute chart. Looking at the daily on SPY, you can see that we have quite a ways down to go, right? Taking a zoom out here. Our next level of support, our historical support, I should say, would be around the 417 range. So should we lose where we're currently consolidating at here, I expect this to drop all the way down to 417 before we get our Santa Claus rally, as I've been stating the last few days. Now, what does that mean? What other factors we have in place? Well, we all know that today we have the month end of September, and historically, September has been the lowest performing month in the stock market. August, September are usually the worst months, as a lot of companies and institutional investors prepare for their Q4 rebalancings, right? But SPY has a number of factors that we're going to watch out for as well. So we actually have some Fed news going around, and we want to make sure that we don't get the shutdown, the government shutdown, as we've been expecting. But we'll see how that affects the market. I mean, it didn't really seem like it played too much of a factor today. We got a little bit of a bounce right there in the early part of the trading hours this morning, and then we actually continued our downward trot to our that key area of support that we've identified before. Now, what happens once we hit that support? We're going to get that bounce most likely as long as the volume trend continues. Again, volume has been pretty consistent in terms of the total amount over the last few days. The issue that we've been seeing has been a significant increase in the overall numbers of sellers to buyers. Now, overall, again, this is to be expected in September. Nothing really changes in that regard. But I think that our trend, we're not going to see a rapid movement like we saw the last few days. We're probably going to see a steady downtrend down towards the low, or the high 14. So like 417, 418 range once we get our bounce there. So I'm thinking this puts us right there in the target date of around between October between October 8th and October 12th. I would assume that's where we start our uptrend, and we're going to continue that uptrend heading into the end of the year to close out December. So just based on what we're seeing here, we're seeing a consolidation area. We're actually going to be bouncing off of the lower end of the Bollinger Band as evidence here. And then once we get that bounce, we're going to blast through our current levels of resistance, and then we'll continue our uptrend down there to get a high point. I'm assuming I'm pinpointing this number around 440s, mid 440s by the time we hit the end of October. And should that trend hold, we're likely be looking at high 440s, low 450s to enter November, and now kind of take us right to our Santa Claus time period on the charts. Now, again, all of this is wholly dependent on volume. All of this is dependent on whether or not we don't get any major Fed news. I mean, we've already got worried about the rate hikes that are to be expected. We have the pause that's currently going on, and that's still sending the market down to a tailspin. So, all in all, I don't think any of the macro factors, unless it's something extremely out of the ordinary, is going to affect the overall performance of the S&P 500 and the current trend line that we're on. But like I said, historically, the market likes to trend upwards, and I don't see why this year would be any different, especially due to all the positive factors we have in terms of major tech news like AI and things of that nature. So, again, just to recap, I think we're going to continue lower for another week or so, consolidate around 417 range by early to mid October. So around October 8th, between October 8th and October 12th. Then once we get around that 417 range, we're going to see our bounce up towards 430s, the mid 430s, past that to 440 range. And then once we get our consolidation area around 442, we should rock it up to the mid 450s before the year's end. So that's the overall plan for SPY. As you can see, it's been a roller coaster the last few days, but when you know how to chart, when you know what you're looking for in the chart, the market is your playground. So that being said, guys, our Discord server that we have, link to that will be in the description of this video, as well as in our channel bio, by the way, has been absolutely rocking. Everyone needs to come out there and check some of our trades that we've given out, man. It's been a fantastic month of September. The last week has been incredible. Here's just a sample of some of our trades. So before you click that subscribe button and click the like on this video, make sure you go check out our Discord server. Links that again will be in the description of the video, as well as in our channel bio. I've been Trade Runner. This is Trading Analytics. Watch that 417 area for our bounce, and we'll be back to talk more about SPY later on. Thanks for watching, guys.